Racism in education is a big problem in Asia. I used to work in Malaysia for an international school as an English language teacher. At the time, I had a coworker who was from Canada, a white male man, and he got paid way much higher than I was. Unfortunately, he turned out to be a lousy teacher, got fired, and that's when I asked for a raise. Okay, the school had no choice but it gave me a raise. But still, I was paid less than the white teachers because they have a price tag for teachers who are from different places and also based on their skin color. Even though I was one of the best teachers, I was not paid as high or as I should be paid as those white teachers. It is what it is. It was said. I proved myself. I worked for that school for 3 years. I left. Years later, I got offered my job back again. I didn't take it, not because of this, but because of a lot of other factors in life. I didn't go back to that school. With that said, it was a very common practice. I think around 2020, even before 2020, that's when I was working in Malaysia. Yes, white teachers who are from English-speaking countries, they call it native English-speaking countries, got paid the most. And then teachers from South Africa, and then teachers from the Philippines, India, China, and then you have black teachers or teachers of colors from the first, the so-called native English-speaking cultures. They are definitely not they are not paid as much as the white teachers from these countries. So sometimes they even choose over, let's say, a teacher from South Africa over a black teacher from America because the South African has a white skin. So some schools practice this, which is wrong. It's not fair to the teachers, not fair to the students because they jeopardize students' learning by just hiring somebody because they have fair skin. You know what I'm saying? Their qualifications and experience come next. That's so wrong. And this also happens a lot in China as well. I've seen job advertisements looking for teachers with a fair skin, white skin from these countries. They don't want teachers dark skin. It's just very brutal. Okay, like everybody was like commodity. So I think there are a lot of reasons. I guess ignorance is number one. Also, I think their fake belief in having a white teachers as the face of the school is like a good business. It makes them look more professional in terms of education. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the school board or the management don't come from educational background. A lot of these international schools were invested by businessmen who probably own real estate, and they see this international education as a booming industry. There are a lot of people who have the resources to send their kids to private schools, and they just invest in a school, hire some businessmen, or hire some people who have links with their other businesses to manage the school. A lot of times, they don't know much about education, seriously. They manage the school as a company, which is so wrong. I've worked for a school like that. I worked for a high school, international high school in Shanghai, where the principal talks like a person who has very little experience in education. He doesn't greet the students at the gate in the morning. He manages teachers based on, how close they are to him. I think sometimes he sees the value in a teacher, but he does not respect the teacher's voices, And when you give ideas and opinions, and they're like, oh, this is here, we do things differently. So very, very stubborn. That's not a good sign of an educator. You know what I'm saying? let's talk about racism again. I have students who study actually pretty good international schools, and then they come to me because I was working for a training center, which is also a place where you offer support for students in terms of their preparation for exams or any kind of academic support you can offer. So we're working there, and this girl was telling me that she has a teacher who's from Australia, and this is how he speaks English. You is wrong. I'm like, wow. Why don't you discuss this with the school or your parents? And she was like, kids don't normally discuss what happens at school with their parents. So parents think that they pay a lot of money, they send their kids to this so-called prestigious international schools, and then they're sorted out. Yeah, they don't have to be, constantly asking what's going on at school. They trust the school. Then this is what happens at school. Yeah, there are even scandals of teachers. Okay, there are even scandals of teachers who actually come from the country that they usually like to hire, and they turn out to be criminals. Okay, this definitely has a lot to do with their background check. But what I'm saying is that choosing a teacher based on their skin color is wrong, and it has so much negative impact on the kids' life. And also, they like to say we like to hire teachers from native English speaking countries because we want the kids to have the right accent. But this world is so diverse. Okay, people speak world Englishes. Yeah, you speak Malaysian English, Singaporean English, Indian English, the Caribbean English, Chinese English. When you go to another country, you have to get used to all of this. Your professors are not speaking the English that you listen to on CNN, right? But does that affect their qualification in teaching you? Of course not. So this obsession with skin color, with the so-called accent, definitely should change. It has affected so many kids, so many teachers. It just makes the school look like a moron, to be honest. Let me know about your thoughts, and see you next time.